Aside from VR itself, VR locomotion is one of the coolest things I have seen and have been foaming at the mouth to get my hands on. The only problem with VR locomotion is that it's usually in the form of a treadmill, and even if I could afford to spend $1,000 on a piece of niche tech, I don't know where I'd put it. That being said, there is something that I honestly forgot existed, and that's the Cat Loco S. Now, I wouldn't blame you if you don't know what this is. This thing got some mainstream YouTube coverage a few years back, at least however mainstream VR news could get on YouTube, and it was decently received. A bit buggy here and there, but overall it was fine. But that was 2 to 4 years ago, and there isn't a lot of recent videos on the Loco S, so I decided to take a chance and buy it. The Loco S is a locomotion solution that is both cheaper and more portable than something like a VR treadmill. Out of the box, you get some straps, the 3 trackers, the receiver, and some chargers. The overall build quality is fine. It's made out of plastic, so it's a bit light. However, I would much rather have it be lighter since this is something I plan on moving and wearing for an hour or 2 at a time. You will have to download the app from Cat VR's website, but setting this up should be easy as long as you follow the directions. I did not do that and held down the hip trackers button, which somehow blocked the pairing process. I panicked because I was honestly stuck for about 30 minutes, but I did find the reset button on the back of the tracker and was able to restart and fix it. Once it's paired, you get access to changing the settings in the app. You can also change the sensitivity of walking and running, and you can also activate other settings like cruise control and jumping. However, I will never try jumping because that's probably the easiest way to put a hole in my wall. And now that we're done talking about the unboxing process, let's talk about some of the... Now, there were some issues that I ran into that I should talk about. I already talked about the pairing process, and as long as you follow the instructions, you should be fine. But the biggest problem I ran into with the Cat Loco S was getting it to work with Steam. After I paired the Loco S with my PC and changed the settings of the game to match the settings the app was asking for, the Loco S still wouldn't work. I genuinely thought mine was broken, but I found out that at least for me, Steam automatically blocked the Cat VR add-on from working and had to manually activate it. And while that was my biggest problem, there are a couple of things I should at least mention that may be a problem to you. The first is that the Loco S cannot be used as full body trackers, so if you were going to purchase these and you were hoping to use them as full body trackers, I'm sorry, you're probably going to have to look elsewhere. And the other one is that you will need to recalibrate this while using it. And I don't mean to scare you, but something I was absolutely the most worried about when buying these trackers was the need to recalibrate. Now, I recalibrated these every 10 minutes or so, but I did that not because something was wrong, but because it was really easy. And with that, let's talk about the recalibrating the Loco S trackers is very, very easy. You look forward in your resting position and you press your hip button and it resets. I was worried that you would have to open an app to do this, but this method is so much better. In fact, it is so easy that I probably recalibrated my Loco S way too many times and way more than necessary, but it is just so easy, I figured why not just do it. The Loco S is also very intuitive to use. You put them on via the straps and you walk in place. This not only works with games that support free locomotion, basically almost every game, but I haven't had any problems in the games I've played with the Loco S. To move forward in game by moving in real life is fun to me and makes VR so much more immersive. Honestly, anything that makes VR more immersive is a big plus, since that's the biggest reason why I like VR. I also really appreciate how portable and affordable this is. As I was saying earlier, a big reason why I don't get a VR treadmill is the price. But this thing is less than $200 when on sale and can easily fit in a small drawer. I also want to talk about some extra bits that I don't think are either positive or negative, but more my general thoughts and things about the Loco S. The first is that this will be best for people playing single player games. While I don't feel much jank, running backwards really isn't an option on the Loco S. Yes, you can strafe and go backwards with cruise control, but I experience a very small delay when using these features, and even though it isn't ruining the game or anything, I don't think people playing multiplayer competitive games would want this. As I was just saying, there was also a minor delay. Your mileage may vary, and to be honest, I didn't experience much of a delay, if any, but I did notice that the cruise control would sometimes take a couple of tries or have some delay. But again, this wasn't anything really deal-breaking. And finally, this is PC VR only unless you get the adapter. I have no idea how good the adapter is. I have seen people praise it, and I've seen people hate it. It really seems like its quality is based on connection strength, so I really don't know how good this thing is. I just want to keep my video brief. I really like the Cat Loco S, and I think it really shines in single-player PC VR games, so much so that I might finally play Skyrim VR. And for the Cat Loco's price of around $200 depending on when you get it, I think it's pretty good, and I did have a lot of fun and will 100% use this more. I also feel like it makes VR games healthier, at least the non-physical ones, which is good. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you had a great New Year's. I'm working on videos, I swear, but the one I just started is gonna take a long time, and I don't know how long it's gonna take. It could either take a couple weeks if I'm very, very, very dedicated, or a month or two, but we'll see how that goes. This video isn't sponsored or anything. I'm not gonna link this product. If you want this, seek it out on your own. Again, it's like $200, and I personally just bought it for myself because I really, really wanted VR locomotion, and I'm glad I did. I really like these, and I do plan on using these more, at least in single-player VR games. But hey, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for your support. I love doing this. This is really fun, and I'm gonna go. Bye-bye.